Hey, welcome back to Working on Your Prosperity Mindset. And thank you so much for taking the time and doing your homework and being willing to be expansive. Prosperity is the ability to magnify. And what we're really working on, you and I, is how to magnify in the way that's the most right for you, is helping you understand some really basic concepts, but also starting to add them up one on top of the other. So we end up with this kind of ladder of skills that you already have. Some of them you already have, and some of them we're going to just tweak a little bit. So today I'm going to really be talking about one, right? Prosperity is a verb, it's an action. And sometimes it's the ability to trade, it's the ability to magnify, it's growing. But what I want you to think about today's topic is magnification and gratitude. And gratitude, the way that I explain gratitude is not the pious energy. It is to really lead that energy in an intentional cultivation. So when you're thinking about gratitude for yourself and leading with gratitude, most people are getting it wrong. And they're going in and going, oh, I'm so, right, this is this energy going in. I'm so grateful for this. When really, gratitude is a cultivation. It is to say, I'm going to do these actions. It is an action of movement, because magnification is always moving. So when you think about that, the big lesson that I have to start with is you have one job every day, one job. How do we magnify gratitude? It is that we can come in to every day with a grateful heart. And in order to do that, we have to really only do one thing every day. Every day, you, me, all of us, we all have one job. And that is to really ask ourselves, am I well within? Am I well within? And that is the target every day that you're trying to hit, is to be well within. Because if you are well within, it is very simple. It is very effortless to magnify in gratitude. It's easy to leave a tip. It's easy to say thank you. It's easy to turn to somebody and say, oh my gosh, I love you, because it's easy to say thank you. It's easy to be in receivership, but you have to be well within. And to be well within is to really take the time every day to ask yourself some questions and to really understand, are you well? Are you well? And if you're not, write that down and start to work on that. But when we look at the intentional cultivation, I wrote a few tips down for you today, because in order to move forward with gentle energy, with ethical energy, with energy that is clear, unblocked, untethered, in order to do that, we have to do our own work. And that work we have worksheets for, and there's other tasks that you can do, but it is really to start working on, how do all these things start to connect? And when we are able to constantly be cultivating from a place of being well within, I'm healthy, right? You're healthy. When you're coming from a place of being a healthy person, that well-being is easy to see, the psychological difference, the spiritual difference. You'll even smell different. You'll react different. You will be much more casual in how you can react to problems, but your physical health will be better. That the tests on gratitude, the research, all of the work that science and medicine has done on gratitude is tremendous. You will have a spiritual, physical, and emotional set of well-being, right? It increases your happy factor. In prosperity, what I need you to think about it as is it's a key base material. It is a building block to the rest of the prosperity that you want to do. And the rest of the prosperity, the big fancy things that you want to do, you have to focus in on what is the magnification of gratitude. And gratitude is that cultivation. It is the action. It is, how are you sowing you pay attention to your fields, right? Look at your fields, plow your fields, plant your fields, harvest your fields, work your fields. We work our fields, and our fields are gratitude. It's easy to tip. it's easy to think about needs and opportunities, right? What is it that your family needs? What is it that your friends need? And then look for those opportunities. And needs and opportunity is really a big way that we can magnify gratitude, that I can pay attention. That when we think about the things that you kind of have on hand, right? A lot of times we carry things in our bag, not just for us, we carry it for our friends, right? So if you've ever looked in my briefcase, there's a Band-Aid, there's some aspirin, there's gum, there's lots of things, there's extra pens, there's colored pens, that if we're going to sit down and we're going to write stuff down, I'm going to bring out 40 pens because I'm coming from a place where I am well within. I want to be able to celebrate with you. And it's easy for me to be filled with gratitude, to go, oh my gosh, let me give you a colored pen. It's so simple, but it is to say that I will always make myself available to how can I sow, S-O-W, the fields that I've planted. So think about gratitude a little bit differently. I don't need you to think about it as prayer inward. I need you to think about it as cultivation outward, that these are the things that we are putting out. It's easy to be available to grace, to blessing, to lots of things. You have a lot of leverage if you feel well within. Now, there's refinement that has to happen with that. There's charm sometimes, but it is that when we are well within and we are constantly cultivating this relationship, we are also building our well within, right? The depth of how we feel. That is the secret behind why there's so many connections between well-being and gratitude. It is not that it is the energy of pious prayer. It is that it is every time we cultivate and plant that somewhere else and it grows, it feeds us. And the more that we are able to be fed, the more full that we are of grace and honor and integrity and leadership that's gone well and partnership and co-creation and being honest and intimate and being partnered with people around us. The deeper our well is, the less likely we are to get sick. The less likely you are to be angry. The less likely stinking thinking is going to show up at the back door. So today I want you to think about, right, the intentional cultivation. These are the actions that you're willing to take. I'm going to put a little cheat sheet out here for you, but that's the change right there, is changing how you view gratitude. And when we look at it from a prosperous mindset, it is that these are the fields that we are working. This is the favor. This is the mastery that we're bringing. This is the aid. This is the needs and opportunities. It is to be present with love. To be present with love. And in order to be present with love for other people, we have to do a U-turn, Y-O-U, right? We have to do a Y-O-U turn, a U-turn. We have to go back and say, am I present with myself? Am I loving myself? Am I giving myself the goodness that I need? Am I well within? And so it's a complex conversation, and it's one we're going to have day after day after day. So thanks for showing up. Thanks for thinking about it. And thanks for kind of making a list, right? What are the ways that you can cultivate, that you can put into the ground something that will be magnified out to another person? And you're probably going to have a whole list of them. And this is a great time to look them up online. Think of new ways, think of new stuff of what you're going to do. I have a realtor who, I have two people that do baked goods as their cultivation. One, she had a famous cookie recipe from her grandparents. So whenever somebody did something good, she would bake this batch of cookies and she would bring it to that person to say, hey, you just won my award. And you go, I won an award? Oh yeah, you won my award. This is the Sue Award, that I make these cookies only when somebody's done a really good job. You did a really good job. And I have another person named Sandy who does the same thing, except hers are brownies, right? Because food is love. I'm from the Midwest. But think about how you're going to cultivate. Is that you're going to say words of love? Is that you're going to celebrate with someone, or just raise your coffee cup and cheer? But we have to cultivate, and those are actions, and these are actions that are building in magnification. They're expansive. They're expansive things. Work your fields, not quietly in a corner writing things down on a piece of paper. The only reason you're going to be quiet and writing things down on a piece of paper is because you're going to get out and do them, and create goodness. Have a great day.